I want to send a special shout out to Boogie Billy, Dauber, and the Indie Kid over at the Talkin VAWLS Network on YouTube. I also want to ask y'all to go smash that like button and subscribe to their channel on YouTube. Go Big Orange.
Good afternoon. This is the Indie Kid coming at you. Tennessee adds another commitment to its list. Been a busy week for Tennessee and commitments over the last week. Josh Heupel and company are starting to put this class together. Another big piece to the puzzle today is Cameron Miller out of Memphis makes it official, and he'll be a Tennessee volunteer starting next year. And before we get into that, of course, it's Jabari Small. Appreciate him with the cameo right there. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit subscribe, and make sure you check out just for the videos throughout the week. Been a little downtime here recently for the Talkin VAWLS network, but we're back at it. We're ready to rock and roll. Boogie dropped a video earlier this morning detailing Maurice Clipper's commitment as well as other news. We've got the Cameron Miller commitment right now. There'll be sometime either tomorrow night or possibly Wednesday morning, we'll be dropping a video to recap the MLB draft and how it's going to affect Tennessee baseball. I think it's going to be a big effect on that as well. Plus, we'll bring you any more football or basketball news throughout the week. And we will begin. We've talked about the downfall of Tennessee football series. It is going into recording this week. We will begin that on Thursday. We'll be dropping episodes every Tuesday and Thursday moving forward up until football season or up until it is finished. But again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Cameron Miller is in the fold. Tennessee's done a really good job recruiting him, and you can look at Jerry Mack as the main guy in on this one. He is the VAWLS recruiter for Memphis, has that relationship with Cameron Miller's coach out there. I know Cameron Miller's dad played at Memphis, but and Memphis has gone hard after him. But Tennessee, just the relationships. It's stated when he was there that the whole time it's kind of been believed Tennessee or Alabama. And a lot of people thought maybe earlier on Alabama. I don't know how much or if any Alabama's pushed for him. I know he didn't get to camp at Alabama due to COVID stuff, but he has been to Tennessee. He didn't name a group of finalists going in or anything right there, but when it came down to it, Tennessee's been that consistent the whole time. Really, Tennessee and Alabama. And Tennessee's just recruited hard. Jerry Mack, and it's listed also Cody Burns is listed as one of his recruiters already. But, Mack is known, I said I wasn't sure about it. Mack has known his father for years also. And so he was the primary recruiter for him. Miller had an injury that actually, they're saying may have worked out in Tennessee's favor. And Tennessee's been persistent with their pursuit of him. So, depending on what you look at, and I go by the 24/7 rankings, Tennessee 24/7 has him listed as a 3-star, but they're composite. So that includes 24/7, that includes Rivals, that includes ESPN. They composite all those together, and he's actually a composite 4-star right there. So nice commitment for them. That's 2 wide receivers in the last week. Because they added Marquarius White out of Alabama last week. And then, it's believed that, maybe they'll be adding another commitment at wide receiver coming up. Isaiah Horton out of Tennessee supposed to announce soon as well. It's believed to be Tennessee, Miami, and Florida for him. So we'll see. But Tennessee could have close to having their wide receiver class intact by the end of this month. And we'll see how that goes. But just want to pull up some Cam Miller video here for you, kind of check out his highlights as we go through it. Let's see. Let me share the little screen here with you. Maybe. Let's try this again. Sorry, guys. But really happy about Tennessee pulling this one out right here because it was kind of thought maybe for a bit that Alabama would be hard to handle on this one, would be hard to beat. But, we can see right here he's a pretty well-built guy right here. Not necessarily blazing speed, but can definitely get out and make the plays. You see right here, looks like he's more of a physical guy as well. Definitely gets separation. Heck of a catch right there as well. Again, maybe not the burner that Marcarius White is, but this dude's getting some separation right here. He knows how to run his routes. He knows how to get his separation here as well. Can't stress enough that Tennessee right now is currently, according to 24/7 Sports, ranked 41st in recruiting. Let's see where it's at when it's all said and done. Okay, let's kind of see where we're at that point with Tennessee recruiting, because it's, last year around this time, Tennessee was just getting commitments. And then, we saw how it ended up. Of course, everything happened. Everything was kind of strange with the season and all, but a lot of the recruiting right now, I don't know. It's really, a lot of the rankings are kind of inflated, because if a team has 20 commitments right now, obviously that average, the main thing to look at is average, I think, on it, the average number of commitments, the average number of stars right there. But Tennessee with 11 commitments right now, and this should move them up into the top 40 with this one. I'm not sure how high this will move them up to, but they're building this class, and part of Tennessee's class right now, you've got your quarterback in Taven Jackson. Now you've got 2 receivers, you've got a running back, a tight end, and the rest of it's pretty much linemen. And Elijah Herring's a linebacker, but Tennessee definitely needs line help, offensive and defensive. And of course, they're recruiting hard. They're recruiting Walter Nolan hard. They've made a lot of ground up, and depending on who you listen to, obviously you've got your people who say they're in the know and things of that nature. But, we'll see. I think Tennessee's in the thick of that one with Walter Nolan. And a lot of it, too, is just going to come down to they've got to win games at this point. I think, people are saying, well, the jury's still out on Heupel's recruiting. He's not even coached a game yet. So, yeah, I mean, the jury is out. We don't know what the Tennessee product is going to look like. If he starts winning games, the recruits will start to come. And, obviously we've got that cloud hanging over it of the investigation. What's going to happen with that as well? So, but they're doing a nice job at the line of scrimmage. They're adding some guys with speed. They've added their quarterback, Taven Jackson. Boogie had a good video on him last week. If you haven't listened to that, go check that out as well, talking about Taven Jackson and when he was at the Elite 11. They're building this. Again, a lot of the rankings are inflated right now. You can go through it because Vanderbilt's ranked in the top 30 with, I think I saw 16 commitments. They're all 3 stars. Doesn't mean they're bad players by any means, but the more commitments, the more inflated the ranking is right now. So what's going to matter is come December and come February, who signs on the dotted line. Obviously, there's going to be guys who are commitments now. It always happens. There's going to be guys who may go elsewhere and vice versa, guys who are committed to other schools who may come in the fold as well. It's just recruiting. It's fluid up until you sign on the dotted line. So my suggestion, following years of recruiting, don't get too high, don't get too low about it. I think they're doing a nice job, especially, they come in behind the 8 ball. They come in with their backs against the wall because they didn't have the luxury of getting guys on campus until June. Everything was really, through teleconferencing or something like that, building those relationships. But feel confident if they'll take care of business on the field, that results will come in recruiting. And that doesn't mean they've got to win 8, 9, 10 games by any means. That's unrealistic. But just having an exciting product will pay dividends for them. And I think it'll be a lot more exciting product than what we've witnessed the last few years. But Cameron Miller's a VAWL, great pickup for them. Hopefully that leads to more. I think there'll be more commitments before the end of the month. You get to guys on campus, it's going to make a difference, building those relationships. The next step with this program, obviously, and I keep saying it, got to win ball games. I think, Tennessee's campus, its program can sell a lot, but it is in a prove me state right now. They prove it on the field. It'll pay big dividends come December, which has really become the primary signing day. February is more of, it's not as big of a deal. Signing day is December. December's the big one now. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, a lot of stuff coming at you this week. Boogie dropped a good video this morning. Be sure to check that out. I'm sure something will drop tomorrow. We don't have anything on the agenda yet, but there'll be something dropping tomorrow. I will look for Wednesday morning baseball recap, MLB draft. Tennessee's already gotten hit there with Brady House, which we said from the get-go. He's not making it to campus. Was picked by the Washington Nationals in the first round. We'll see what other hits are going to take along the way this week as well. And then, again, we'll start that downfall of Tennessee football series this week. Going to be kind of painful to go down, but I think it'll be fun and exciting to go over that as well. But once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. You guys have a good rest of your day. Take care and go big.
The songs howl like we poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we draw home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alone.